First of all, welcome to Welcome Farms. I'm Josh. We're working horses today and working on training a few. It's evening, about 6:30, overcast, and usually where our evenings start to get a session in with the horses. This little filly I have is a Belgian filly, or a Percheron filly rather. She is 5 months old, out of this big bay mare here. And what I usually do when I'm working the other two, I'll just leave her tied for a while on about 30 inches. And she's getting used to the concept. Her disposition's like this all the time. Kind of mopey and stands still. You can see she needs bathed or brushed out a little bit, but a nice filly, I think. This is our older mare, kind of our main mare. This big bay here. She's our only mare. Name's Belle. Hey, Belle. Little girl. She's got a lot of spirit. It's funny when she's I'd like to say that she's a strong, independent woman who needs no man. She if she's out open in a field, she likes being out open in a field, let's say. But in a pen, she'll come right up pretty easy for us. So tonight's objective is to get Belle there. She's just weaned this filly off her about 2 weeks or so. And so she's starting to put condition back on, but overall, she's who we're using to help train Duke here. Duke came to us, I think, 2 months ago, and he's still learning the ropes. You can see he's not always so crazy about getting his halter on. I didn't really like that, how he walks away from me. Easy, Duke. Oh, boy. See how he turns away from me. I'm just going to wait for him to put his head back to me. Good boy. I'd really like to put his halter on the other side of him, too. Oh, boy. Oh. That's it, Duke. Good boy. See, he's, like I said, this is our 13th session with him. Well, this will be the 13th time we get him harnessed, rather. Sometimes, especially like he was just out in the field, the farm he came from, kind of, ooh. See how he pops his head up like that? It's just a little reactive. Don't really like that a lot. Keeping this lead rope on him. Easy, Duke. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. That's it. Just going to let him investigate that. Kind of walk into his halter there. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Ooh. That's it. That's it. Really what I'd like him to do is lower his head a bit and kind of offers that I can pull the halter up over the top of him here. But having a halter on is better than not letting me put a halter on him at all. So celebrate a win where it is. I know a lot of people that will work their horses. We're going to go down here. I know a lot of people that will work their horses like on a very progressive scale. You know, it's like, well, if I can't get him to get his halter on, I'm not going to do anything until I get his halter on. It's like, well, that's good if you have time for that. Tough thing for us is, you know, we have things to do. Not only that, but we work, and not only the farm, but also a job. And so it's kind of like a kid. You know, like if you have a kid, I think, if you have a kid and the kid is maybe misbehaving in school, but is getting really good grades, like do you stop sending them to school because they're misbehaving? No. You kind of coach them through each section of their progression in life. So Duke getting a little uneasy about his halter is, in my opinion, no reason to just stop there until he's completely comfortable with his rope halter. It's just something to make note of, and then kind of track his progress as he goes on throughout the day. So one thing he does do really well, come on Duke. A lot of horses would spook or get a little uncomfortable being in tight spaces like that. And he does pretty well with that, which I feel good about. This is our notorious harnessing tree. Ooh, Duke, ooh. And him too, being a young horse. I'm just going to let him stand there. I had a guy tell me one time that one of the best things you can teach a young horse is to just stay standing on 30 inches of rope, especially work horses, draft horses. So it's kind of what this tree's purpose is. Duke too, he's, like we've said before, he's going to be a workhorse on a produce farm. Good boy, Duke. That's it. So each part of, kind of getting harnessed and getting ready here, kind of take easy for him. If he steps out, I'm not going to get too worked up over it. See, I'm standing still there. He's turning in towards me as we're putting things on him. Good progression. This is his 13th harness, and this is the harness that his owner gave me. It's to use with him. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's doing the job so far. Duke, easy, easy, woo, good boy. You can notice I'm talking soft to him. Easy, easy. Kind of like kids too. I think there's a lot to be said for tone. Whoa, dude. See how I just got a little flighty with me there? First time I popped one of these on him, he was bumping around and tossing around and getting all kinds of worked up. You can see his ears are fully perked up and he's paying attention. What do you got going on over here with me? What's on me here? Not like he hasn't seen it before or felt it before. Like I said, this is lucky number 13 on him. Ooh, good boy. He's just getting a little nervous. We're just gonna sit there, pet him, let him get comfortable with the fact that he's got this on him. Good boy, Duke. Good boy, Duke. So this ham strap here is a little loose. Let me tighten that up and get the hole right. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good boy. That's it. Usually the kids aren't in the background. I think he's kind of got his eye over there too. Hey, what are those kids up to up there? What's going on up there? Up there, like so. This is his team line. Step over. Good boy. Pull that around. He has been a little sensitive about his feet. So I've been trying to be a little less, introduce more and more to him each day. Around his feet, good boy. Good boy. Good. And watch his tail too. He's been holding his tail pretty tight as whoa, good boy. See, easy. Good. You're okay. Good boy. If he tries to bump out, and I'm obviously not going to put myself in a position to get kicked here. Honestly, I'm watching his eyes. I grew up playing basketball. So one of the things in basketball they talk about a lot is your peripheral vision. And that's one thing I always, in the corner of my eye, I'm looking out for the corner of his. Good boy, Duke. So for his 13th time being harnessed, the fact that he's pretty well stood still for me here, I'm pretty happy about. Now, again, he was a May 24 colt. Good boy. So he, if he bounces around or steps around on me, not going to fight it. Ooh. Again, just celebrate the progression. Ooh. Ooh. Life on a farm. We'll take a break. So again, this is Belle. Belle is coming to she's our trained 10-year-old. And she is coming to be partners with Duke here tonight. What I like about Belle is, like I said, she's a strong, independent woman that needs no man. And so the couple times they've been in the field together, Emmer, watch out, hon. She has not cared at all of nipping him around and telling him exactly who and how and where he's got to be. So she doesn't take too much of his young boy shenanigans, which I like. Probably be worth saying too. We'll go. Let's get harnessed up here. You know, the purpose of this channel is, yes, hon. Yes, you do, hon. Yes, you do. Yes, honey, you do. The purpose of this channel, and I guess us sharing what we're doing with the horses. I know, honey, I see. Is to help show people, I think, a little bit more about what these animals can do. Duke is the 5th horse we've had here in 4 years at the farm. Our first horse we bought was a 20-year-old mare, dead broke mare, Belgian, for $2,000 at Mount Hope. Actually out of the Busy Beaver. And then with that mare, I took in a 2-year-old to train for somebody after less than 2 years of working draft horses, and trained her for 90 days and turned her back to her owner, broke her into harness like we're doing Duke. And then I wanted a younger mare that was breeding sound. So I sold that first mare and got this mare here. And now Duke's training here. The purpose of me saying that as an introduction, though, is we really want to help people understand that, like, if you want to work horses or you want to consider working with horses, I think it's more biologically natural than maybe people give it credit for. Open up, girl. Open up, girl. Good girl. Good girl. It's like, I can't tell you how many young men I know that see what we're doing, think it's awesome, you know, or see what we're doing, and like we pulled out a UTV stuck in the mud with the horses one time. People saw a video of that and they thought it was crazy cool. And so I hope to serve as a bit of an inspiration of not so much of a easy girl, easy right here, much of a better way to farm, but maybe an alternative way to farm that has some benefits that are worth, I think, talking about and considering, that are also extremely attainable to the normal person, you know? And I think we we can't forget that, you know, farming with these horses was the way that we farmed, was the way that Americans farmed, you know, less than 100 years ago. And we're losing, we've lost a lot of that knowledge that thankfully has been preserved by the Amish community, and that we English, as they call us, can come back and learn and break up our love affair with John Deere and Kubota if we want to, you know. So anyhow, something to consider, and hopefully to serve as an education point, but also just as inspiration for young people that maybe want to try to farm a little bit differently. So, okay, picking up here on the training session. So if we're not careful, we're going to have a bit of a quacked up mess. So we're going to tell Duke, hey Duke, step over, boy. Step over. This is his second time in team, and he's now on the other side. So I'm just pulling him over so that he can know. So second time in team, first time on the right side. Step over, Duke. And I really don't want the mare to move. I'd rather him move. Step over, boy. Step over. Step over. Step over, Duke. Step over. Now I'm speaking and then applying pressure and waiting for him to respond. Step over, Duke. Step over, boy. Thank God this mare is real calm, capable. Step over, boy. That's it. Okay, there we go. The purpose of tying their back rings together like this is to try to keep them from bouncing out on each other. Oh, easy, Duke. One of the things that this harness is missing is a strap underneath of his belly. And I put my team lines up in the mare britchin, keep them connected. Easy, team. And the last thing we're going to do is put a yoke on them to pull their front end together. Easy, guys. Every time I work with one too, I always like to stop and think about, okay, like, what's the objective? Right now, I want to be safe. Step over, Duke. Step over. Step over. Good boy. Step over. Step over. Watching those bottom feet. Step over. Step over. Easy. Easy. Good. Good boy. Step over, Duke. Good. Good boy. So he's checked off. His harnesses are all intact. I'd like to tighten that bottom strap up. You know, underneath of his, underneath his blank there. We need to get something for that because that's not great. Again, this is something that was given to me by his owner, but really we should have something tied from the bottom here, probably up to his yoke line. Ooh. But now this team, again, point number 2, try not to get killed. Try to have a positive reinforcement environment for the horse to learn. It helps when you have a massive one that's training a small one. You know, you'll see here Belle kind of holds him steady and tells him where he needs to go. Easy, team. Easy. Back. 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 But good. So we're going to work them together. Back. You can see Belle's kind of showing the way. Now, ha, team. Ha. Ha. And we're just going to walk nice and easy. All I'm trying to do is keep them equal. G-bet. G-bet. Good. Easy. Belle is half Percheron out of a pulling bred Belgian mare. Easy, team. Easy. Easy. And easy. She's kind of got a prance to her when she gets started. Last time we did this, I worked her for a little bit just to get this prance off of her first. Easy. Hobbit. Hobbit. Careful step, team. Just to get this prance out of her a little bit before we got started. And now all we're going to try to do is walk down this lane, and that is it. Easy, team. If they bounce, trot around, move around, I'm really not too upset with that. Easy, Belle. Easy. I just want them to work together. Belle, easy. Easy. And just respond to commands as I'm going. G-a-bit. A-bit. Easy, Belle. Easy, Belle. G-a-bit. G-a-bit. So again, I'm not getting too worked up that one's wanting to go and one's just kind of pushing the other one along. Second time being harnessed in team, in my opinion, is just getting used to the rhythm. So I'll periodically, every 100 feet or so, just stop them and get them used to standing still, specifically the younger one. Ah, Duke. Duke. Yeah, this is what it is. Training young horses. You know, taking your time, waiting patiently, and being aware of what they can do, you know, from a danger perspective. But anyhow, yeah, so we're going to keep doing this. We're going to go up and down this lane. I'm going to try to keep the horses on each side of the rut. Excuse me. On each side of the rut. Easy, easy, hun. And on each side of the rut. And we're just going to stop and start and practice that as we keep going. But stick with us. It'll get more adventurous as time goes on, I swear. But working on the fundamentals of walking in a straight line, stopping and walking again is a good place to start for a young colt. So that's where we're going to go. So until next time, have a blessed day.